What's up, people? LQ1. You know I'm back with some of the craziest clips. Why did he do it? Part 2. Let's go.
This is love. I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? Nah.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. Where did this go?
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh, yes, he's literally.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
Yeah. Well, now, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother. All right? We'll be right back.
He's a crazy guy trying all that madness with Mike Tyson.
At the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt.
Back to where
Usher.
they talk about his.
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Goofy got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty. They ripped your ass open.
And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened.
In order for that artist to be in position to even mislead the people, they have to be worthy. This is hazing. This is the hazing aspect of it. So when you look at colleges, you look at fraternities, you have to be hazed in order to get to pledge, to be a pledge. In order to climb the ladder in the music industry, you have to be hazed. And when you're getting hazed, you get.
So you think you say like basically
this homosexual ritual? I'm saying
the higher they get is more hazing they gotta
yes,
do?
because it's more. You gotta people listen, and it's not about being. God said this: my people will perish due to lack knowledge. All right, just look at the name of your show. So you got to do the science. You got to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You got to look at what's going on so you understand the purpose of it. Yeah. Yes, if you're in a fraternity, right, or you're in an army, or you whatever it is, there's levels. Mm-hmm. You can't get if you're a police officer, a sergeant, they got stripes on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got stripes for reasons. Them bars represents years. So in order for you to climb this ladder, every ladder of success, there's a level of hazing attached to it.
And I don't play games, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man.
50 came up here and he was giving you flack for the asking Fab to party. He'll ask you to play the clip, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday, it's fabulous. The only that got the name that I want. It ain't get happy birthday to you.
Let's get this shit going.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Where you put my bag
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping. Did you miss me?
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
This the wrong time, nigga.
Count out loud.
30.
Can't, huh?
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep up. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck. You got 250 more to go.
You know, he's really not that bright. That kid is not that bright.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. And shit like that is going on.
if you get invited to a Diddy party, you don't go.
That's just one person in the music industry. Imagine the film industry, pro sports industry, corporate oil industry, big tobacco industry. You name the industry. The rule of thumb at CIA is that every time you catch a mole, you have to assume there's two more. So when you catch a mole, a penetration inside your agency, when you catch a Robert Hansen, an Aldrich Ames, a Jerry Lee, you have to assume there's at least two more. Because the one that you got in, the one that was there, is the one that you caught. And the one that you caught, whoever's handling them is running at least two so that they can always have informants about the other. So if we caught one from the music industry, there's probably two more. Rich people are connected to other rich people. They have rich people problems, which average people can't even fucking conceptualize. And to your government intelligence services, why would you talk to a normal fucking person when you could always get your ass in front of a politician, a famous musician, an actor? It's not hard to get in front of one of those people when you are an intelligence officer. And those people are guaranteed to have access to information that can be useful in your own endeavors to collect and manipulate and influence foreign countries, foreign elections, foreign media.
I had that with P. Diddy. I went over to say hello to P. Diddy and Jay-Z was there. I went over to say hello to P. Diddy and Jay-Z was there and Leonardo DiCaprio was sat.
All right, I think you've dropped enough names. You're gonna get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity.
I just got fired, so I was real nervous. And Justin was born, and I didn't really know what to do. He was born the night before New Year's Eve, so I just started partying from then. I used to have this house in Scarsdale that I was renting, and I had my whole neighborhood from Harlem come to my house, because I just had my firstborn baby. You know, roots was big to me, so I was ready to hold my baby, my king up, and I was fired. I didn't know what was going to happen. The next week, though, I met Clive Davis, and inshallah, through God, everything worked out. But I remember that I invited my whole neighborhood to my house. They trashed my house, and it was the greatest party ever. And I remember my baby mother was mad at me because I wasn't at the hospital. But I was so excited to have had a son. I told her I had to party. I had to have this party.
Wait, what?
See Shine and Puffy start backing back towards that front door. Because now there's a scuttlebutt. Backing back towards that front door. And as they back, I watched them both reach over and draw from their hip. I instantly turned my head to tell my friends, guys, watch out, watch out. And as soon as I was turning back, I hear a voice that says, relax, you are about to be hit.
The Diddy rabbit hole goes so deep and is connected to everything. He's just one example of the wickedness that has been going on in Hollywood, the music industry, and the fashion industry for decades. Have you seen this woman before? Her name is Michelle Lamy. They call her the Queen of Darkness. She is very highly respected in fashion by celebrities and in wealthy societies. She's referred to as the High Priestess of Hollywood for a reason. Here she is with another well-known High Priestess. If you know, you know. And there's a lot of photos of her with children. I bring all this up to show that fashion is just as bad as the other industries, and they do not care about using minors for labor and whatever else. There are 320,000 kids that have gone missing at the border. A ton of them are being sold into the fashion industry, whether it's for fast fashion or high fashion. Hollywood is actively trying to shut down City of Dreams for exposing this. It's currently in theaters, but some theaters have been hiding showtimes and doing other questionable things surrounding the film. But it also just got to streaming platforms, and 25% of the profits go to fighting this issue, saving these children, and spreading awareness. You have to wake people up to this. You can literally help save kids just by watching an amazing movie.
I find it crazy how people do weird stuff and then call it art, and then everyone buys it.
I told you, when you in this business, right, and you got talent, they want you because you got influence. The devil's job is to get as many souls as possible. So if you got the potential to be influential, they want you, not because you're talent, because they could use you as a tool to push their agenda. Now, in order for them to fully put you in position, they have to make sure that you're willing to get in position. And that position is taking dick in the ass, bro.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Morning, everybody. Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Sorry.
Is this your hat?
Yeah.
Children. It's a lovely day here in Argentina. This is the breakfast table.
I'm just eating an orange.
Just enjoying coffee and breakfast, even though it's like 1 p.m.
Literally, we sleep in every day until at least 12. We're such losers.
No.
No.
Disturbing footage has revealed Liam Payne's trashed hotel room the day he fell to his death. The images show his third-floor room littered with drugs, foil and powder scattered across the room. Half a glass of champagne also captured, as well as a smashed TV. Sources close to the investigation have revealed Payne's body was found with a bottle of whiskey, a lighter and a mobile phone. Authorities are now testing traces of white powder, with officials vowing to hunt down the dealer who supplied the drugs found inside the hotel room.
We've had a call that says somebody's been outside with a gun. Obviously, that's why we're here doing what we're doing now. The easiest way for us to deal with this is for you to come out one by one, nice and calmly.
Coming out slowly, you come in, one of you get killed.
You hear that? You come in, one of you gets killed. Roger.
It's the worst case scenario. Any shots fired at a police officer. First thing that goes through your mind is, that's my colleague. Are they safe? Am I responsible?
There's a male on the balcony now, which is red side, which is like he's holding some sort of gun.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that, 5-0. I've been shot at. I've been shot at.
He's just discharged the rifle.
Oh. Is everyone okay in there?
Subject and has discharged the firearm. The police officer will come out and round has gone through into the interior of the vehicle.
Where's your car been hit?
Legal age is actually 16 in the UK.
No, so a 25-year-old can't be with a 16-year-old?
Yes, they can. Yes.
A 25-year-old with a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
That can't be.
I know, bro. I agree, G. I agree. Morally, it's wrong, but the law is... As soon as you're 16, you're legal.
You're allowed to class. A 25-year-old cannot be with a 16-year-old. It's illegal. And it's immoral. And it's disgusting.
16-year-old.
He's a crazy guy.
But they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
How many NPCs are roaming around us all the time? You know, like think about how many people are aware of things. And I've started to realize that there's all these NPCs who've been downloaded into this realm, and that's kind of what we're around a lot of the times. Like all the times you're like roaming around and you're like, meet somebody, you ask them a couple questions, go, oh my gosh, an NPC. Non-playable character is what it is. And when you think of the movie Truman Show, he's sitting there and he's talking to his wife and she starts like selling him an ad. And he's like, who are you talking to? So when you're talking to NPCs, it's kind of what it is. You say something like, oh my gosh, they're bombarding our skies. And they're like, man, it's kind of cloudy today. And you're like, wait, what? But they're bombarding our skies. They're changing the weather. And they're like, what do you mean? It's supposed to be a cloudy overcast. That's what the weatherman said. I was watching Channel 7 News and they told me it was going to be cloudy. and then you go, NPC. The NPC is put in your path to drain your energy. Because when you go to have your conversation about whatever topic it may be, it just doesn't click. That's because they're an NPC. So they're draining your essence the entire time. You're better off sitting by yourself. You're better off sitting by yourself and meditating. They're just going to steal your essence. And everything is an energetic exchange. So if we allow that and we consent to that, that person will take away your essence. It's kind of just like sucking you all up.
Prayers going out to all those caught up in that conflict.
Calma, calma. Vem. Vai pra lá, vai pra lá. Pode seguir, pode seguir. Bora, Sakura, sai daí, cara. Sai daí, vem. Vem, Cora. Ô, senhor, vem, corre, corre. Rápido. Vai, senhor, vai, senhor. Vai, ô, senhor. Sai daí. Vamos avançar. Vai. Fui, tá.
Lugar.
Puta aí, mano. Desgraça, filha da puta.
Vamos lá, o que deu aí?
Banca essa porra.
Ué, meu.
É isso, meus amigos. Arrebenta, mano. Arrebenta. Vai tomar.
Do you know that the average person does not think? Do you know that thinking is a subject that's not taught in school? You say everybody thinks. Hardly anyone thinks. I remember old Nightingale used to say, if the average person said what they were thinking, they would be speechless. Do you know what we do? We confuse mental activity with thinking. That's not thinking. Listen to what most people are saying. They'd never say what they're saying if they were thinking. Watch their behavior. They'd never do what they were doing if they were thinking. Back in 1981, I picked up a paper from Dr. Lawrence Rampell. Listen to what he said. Thinking is a skill which can be learned just as we learn skills such as typing and playing the piano. Few public schools offer courses devoted expressly to teaching thinking. Rather, we are expected to learn and teach thinking as a byproduct of learning mathematics, reading, history, science, a trade, and so forth. And we do learn a lot about thinking in that way. The trouble is we learn our thinking skills in bits and pieces, and we never put it together as an overall picture. If asked to describe what all is required in order to think effectively, most of us would be at a loss to give a complete account. Thus, we are unable to assess our own thinking skills or systematically teach the skill of thinking to others.
Mate, what do you want?
All right, I am placing you under citizen's arrest for smoking marijuana and being in possession of marijuana.
Excuse me.
Now, are you going to get out of the car?
Why?
Well, because
I've not smoked anything, mate.
I can smell it from here. I can smell it from my house. There's nobody else around here.
So we went from Club Live. It ended at the clubs end at 3 or 4 and not 2, like how out here is. So we waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then as soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber, and me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, I'm probably going to have to sing for him. And I just tried to, keep my composure. So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, you know, it's he can get in trouble like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house. Cause the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already. And they're in the pool, skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, cause people are going to keep saying drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. I'm a good loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they say my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. Something real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro.
What was he doing with his own son? Gotta find out what that interview is. Let me know in the comments below if you find out the name of the full interview.
And tell me about going over the top. I'm told that the men shouted when they were going over the top.
You shouted because, I'm going to tell you something, Kay. I never went over the top that I wasn't scared. I was scared stiff. And everyone shouted because more or less we were all scared. And you shouted because it kind of helped you. Yeah. See? And you shouted all the way until you got into action.
And they were shooting at you all the time?
Oh, yeah. The shells were bursting, the bullets were flying. You hear the whine of the bullets and the bursting of the shell and all that kind of thing.
And how bad was it? Tell me about the wet and the smell.
Okay, I am an old contemporary, as you know. I'm the only one in Ireland. The 1940, let me say this much, Gay. I think myself, it's my opinion, that the British Army that went overseas in August 1914 was up till then the finest army the world has ever seen. Surely we proved it in 1914, and the winter of 1914-15. Eh? We weren't living actually in the sense of the word. It was just punishment. Can you imagine yourself standing out there in all kind of weather, hail, rain, frost and snow? Any bit of food you got, you ate to go, mind you, that's another thing. If you had a bit of food you were saving for a rainy day, the only safe place for it was in your stomach. There's the rats that find it no matter where you put one. What with the lice eating the flesh off the live ones and the rats scourging themselves on the bodies of the dead, it was a lovely, real happy time, wasn't it?
And how far away would the bodies of the dead be from where?
They'd be all around you.
Well, that about wraps it up for today. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, We've got content coming every day. Let's go.